What's happening, you guys? Welcome back to the YouTube Barber Academy. Figured I'd go live real quick and hit you with a little bit of good morning lives. I'm kind of feeling a little bit of wisdom and hope from these last couple of days. It's been pretty tough, but there are some serious positives that I want to draw from this, and there has to be some silver linings in all these things. So let's let some people get up in the room, and I'll hit you guys with a quick update. All right, I got something kind of fun that I've been thinking about doing for a little while, and for now, I'm gonna keep it to the members. All right, but I challenge my members. All right, and this is what it's gonna start to become. I'm gonna start challenging you guys so that you can grow. All right, I'm going to challenge you on a couple of different things, but one of the things that I want to challenge you on first, create a thumbnail, and then send it to me. And if you create a thumbnail, I don't give a crap what it's about in the barber. I want it to be in the barber world, but even if it's loosely in the barber world, that's fine. Create a thumb and send it to me, and I will make the video that supports it, and let's see if we work together, if it winds up matching what you were trying to get across with the thumb. So my favorite thumbnail is gonna win out, and I'm gonna use that thumbnail, and we're gonna rock and roll with it. So if you create a thumb, I'll create the video behind it, and we'll make that piece of content for you. May the best thumb win. All right, so let's get into it. We got some people up in the room, and I'm just gonna talk about something that's been hitting me hard for these past couple of days. Number one, you got to listen to your body. All right. So with the Sonny situation, those of you guys who may or may not know, one of my barbers, he's fighting for his life right now. He had a heart attack, and it's been a real roller coaster, up and down. So one of the things that I wanted to talk to you guys about was, for the last year, Sonny has been talking about feeling chest pain. He's been talking about it all the time. He had went to doctors, and I had thought that he had sought out the help that he needed, and they told him it was anxiety and stuff like this, right? But he would say it so often that we would wind up, I really appreciate that, Spirit Light. Thank you so much. For anybody who donated to Sonny's charity, I'll put a link in the description. I don't have a link in this description because I went live with my phone. But the thing about it is, he had said it so often that everyone in the shop, and probably almost everybody in his life, had heard it so often that we were pretty convinced that it couldn't be anything serious, because he was still there. But he never went out and sought that second opinion. He never found the right person to tell him the truth. So what I'm just going to tell you guys is, you got to take care of yourself, number one. And number two, if you have any type of feelings like that, if you're feeling any type of chest pain, if you're feeling something that just ain't right, what is the harm of going and getting yourself checked out? All right, especially if there's people in your life that depend on you. This is very serious, and I don't want to see anybody else in my life making any type of mistakes like this and winding up in this type of position. This is obviously worst case scenario, but taking care of yourself is something that starts with holding yourself accountable. So challenge number 2 of the day. All right, Spirit Light says, I think as men we really struggle with that. It can be seen as a sign of weakness, and you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. There's also the justifications that come along where, like, maybe you take advice from the wrong places. One of your buddies says, nah, I've had that feeling before, man. It wasn't nothing. Yeah, you're right. Fuck it. And it's all about, macho or bravado or whatever it is that stops us from going and seeking out the proper counsel. So, and that goes with a lot of things too. You really have to be careful who you're taking advice from. You really have to be careful who you're taking advice from. All right. Challenge number 2, to my members and to all my subscribers. And by the way, we will be going live all day Sunday. So all day, we're going to be cutting hair for Sonny. getting money for his family, and everything that we're doing, you guys are going to see. It's going to be awesome. So challenge number 2, man. And this is kind of where I'm at. I want you all to conduct an internal audit. And I want you to say it out loud, write it down, what it is that you really want. What is your goal in life? And once we have that answer, it is time for you to kind of dig down inside yourself and ask yourself if you are doing the things that are helping you get closer to the goal, or are they taking you further away from the goal? And it's time to really be honest with ourselves. So at the end of the day, we justify a lot of behavior, a lot of things. We'll go drinking, we'll do all this other stuff, we'll spend money needlessly, and it's time to just open and be honest with yourself and say, hey, maybe I haven't really went out of my way to get more business. Maybe I have become stagnant. Maybe I think that I'm better than I am at this and I don't need to grow, and I've closed my ears to any learning or any advice. Maybe I don't have people around me who really challenge me in these ways. Maybe I need to get some people around me that challenge me like this, to think like this, so that I can actually grow. Because if I remain stagnant, if I remain closed-minded, if I remain unable to learn, unable to seek counsel, then I'm unable to grow at the end of the day. He said, Eddie, I apologize. I ordered y'all products from Amazon and now my return date is passed. I'll just take it as a lesson learned. It's all good. It's all good. Kathleen, my nana, she says, love and prayers to Sonny, only in his 30s. Be aware that the age doesn't matter. Absolutely. So that's challenge number 2 for you guys. I think it's time to open up and be brutally honest. And what I'm doing is I'm kind of listing what all my strengths are and what all my weaknesses are. And there will be time spent by me in some of these zones where I'm weak. Because believe me, everybody's got blind spots. You do not get far in life without making some mistakes. And you definitely can't fix no mistakes if you're not even aware you're making them, for one. And for two, if you're afraid to confront them. So we have to have the courage to conduct this internal audit. And we have to have the courage to ask ourselves what it is we really want in life. And are we really taking the steps to get to it? And do your actions match up with what your goal is? That's the real question. Because as we talked about it before, everybody thinks they're a grinder. Everybody thinks their hustle is next level. Everybody everybody talks real good about themselves, right? But at the end of the day, are you really squeezing the most efficient part of your life? Like, are you really squeezing all the juice out of yourself? Everything that you could do, is it really being done? Or do you get lazy and veg out on the couch for 3 hours a night? I mean, think about it. Do you really spend 3 hours a night vegging out on the couch? And then, what do you do that? 7 days a week? So you're losing a lot of opportunities for productivity. And, there's definitely some time that you need to spend with family as well. And that really goes back to you figuring out what it is your goals are. Physical fitness, mental health, spiritual well-being are all interlinked. I think it's important that we take care of our bodies. That's from Spirit Link. And without the good health, our energy will be impacted, which is a result of which will result in a lack of enthusiasm and motivation for work and life. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's 100% something that I've been able to build into my mind and into my heart. Like, just working out is just a part of my life. It's not even really something I question anymore. I just wake up and I do it. I woke up today at 6 a.m. because that's the time that I could have got it done. I have a lot of stuff to do today. Normally I work out at 9. I always do it. It's just part of my life. And it's not even a question anymore whether or not I'm going to do it. It's just kind of that first accomplishment. And there's something to be said about crossing off some items on your list, especially doing it early. So while a lot of people were sleeping, I've already got that workout in. And I can kind of rest easy on the fact that workout is done, that I've done that goodness for my body. And then I can build that positive momentum where I might just, eat a nice breakfast afterwards. I'm not going to eat donuts. I'm not going to do stupid things. I'm going to conduct myself in a way that makes sense. And then when I come to my diet, I'm not going to take those crazy splurges and do those things. Those things, when I decide to splurge, are going to be as a result of some careful thought. Like, hey, this is my cheat day. I'm willing to eat something a little less good for myself. Because if you eat that garbage food day in and day out, it gets to the point where you don't even appreciate it. You pound a whole pack of Oreos and you don't even taste it. You eat something that you've ate so many times and it's destroying you physically. It's not feeding your body, and you take it for granted. Completely take it for granted. So he said, Chris Olar, thank you, brother. He said, what's up, Eddie and everybody else? Spirit life, from my experiences, the one thing we overlooked is our diet. Food is our fuel and our energy source. If you eat rubbish, you're going to feel rubbish. So much hidden sugar in today's food, and that's absolutely correct. And, it doesn't really take long to learn what foods are healthy. I mean, thankfully, in this country, they actually have to put all the nutritional information on the back of everything they sell. And, there's a few things I look for when I'm trying to build mass. I'm looking for protein, and I'm looking for a minimal amount of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are okay for me because I'm really active. But the other thing that's really sneaky is the sugar. They sneak sugar into shit it don't belong in. I'm telling you right now. And the other thing that's really, really sneaky that a lot of people don't check is the sodium content. So the sodium is gonna be like the preservative aspects of the food, where it's just gonna be able to sit on a shelf for forever. And then you're putting that in your body. And then that can cause all kinds of health issues. So it's just trying to do some preventative, preemptive thinking that will prevent some problems for me, in the long term. Short term, we have to eat some food that maybe we don't like. Short term, we had to make some sacrifices. But what good in this life has ever came out of not making sacrifices? Oh shit, look at this. Got an accident, bunch of people literally holding a baby in the middle of the street. Like, yo, if you get into a little fender bender, there is no reason for you to be holding a newborn in the middle of the street. Get the car out of the road and get the kid off of the street. Sorry, yo, I got sidetracked. But I'm telling you guys right now, there has not been any great entrepreneur. There has not been any great individual. There's not been any great success that's ever been had in life without making some sacrifice. So if your sacrifice is as small as eating some food that doesn't taste as good as you used to, or if your sacrifice in life is, hey, I'm going to sacrifice an hour in the morning to work out. I'm going to sacrifice an hour a day to build my business. Even when it's already robust, I'm still checking for my blind spots. I'm still looking around. I still got my head on a swivel. I'm going to make the sacrifices that I need to make so that my family can live the way that I want them to live, so that they don't have to struggle, so that they don't have to worry. And then the other thing that's been really in my mind is setting up a plan in the unlikely event that something does happen to you suddenly. All right. I've lost 2 uncles very suddenly, poof, just out of this world. Just in the last, 2 years, and with Sonny going down and things like that, it's just got me thinking about, the question is, what will your family do? How will they survive if you're not there to provide for them? So I'm not telling you to go and do anything that you're not comfortable with, but I'm just telling you guys that these are some of the things that are coming into my mind right now, that I need to make sure that I address. I do not want to leave my family suddenly, and tomorrow is not promised. So I want to have a plan for that as well. And that's kind of the things that I was kind of thinking about today. So let's recap real quick. All right, I left you guys with a couple of challenges, but the number one challenge that we're after, and this is for the members. If you are able to create thumbnails, I challenge you to create a thumbnail, and then I will create a video. I will create a video to support your thumbnail, and it'll be a challenge for you and a challenge for me as well. I want to do more stuff like this. I want to interact with you guys, that I want to build content that's directly for you guys. So if you guys are interested in the membership, it's $4.99 a month, and you can sign up and become a member. We already got, I think, 40 members. And what we do with that is I post full-length tutorials. You guys get stuff early, and I'm making member content that is, specifically from suggestions and stuff like that. And challenge number 2, conduct the internal audit. All right, audit yourself. Ask yourself, where am I strong? Where am I weak? Am I doing all the things that I can be doing to reach my goals? What are my goals? What do I value in life? What is it that I really want to accomplish? How will I be remembered? What will I do to make the changes I need to make the sacrifices I need to make to bring this change about? And before I go, I would like to remind all of you that next weekend, specifically next Sunday, I have a class in Texas. We're going to Fort Worth, Texas, Fort Worth Barber Supply, and I'll be teaching clipper over comb, hands-on. There's going to be mannequins provided, tools provided, combs provided, some products provided. We're going to do a $200 flat top competition because, as you will learn in this class, or as you will know from my teaching, there is no better way to get better at clipper over comb than doing flat tops. Flat tops will cause you to have to learn how to hold your comb in every single way there is, break every single rule you feel there is, and maneuver your way around the hair with the clipper and the comb. So it's just such an excellent exercise, and it's one of the haircuts that are kind of falling out of style a little bit. But not to get too far off track, we're going to get all that out at the Fort Worth Barber Supply, and we're going to really break down the nuts and bolts of clipper over comb, why you're failing, what it is you need to do better, how to become more consistent, and most of all, how to cut hair faster with more efficiency, and that will enable you to make more money. So if you're in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, I really hope to see you there. I really want to show the Fort Worth Barber Supply people that I got some fans, that I got some support. So, I mean, that would be great. And, at the end of the day, I guess it'll be what it'll be. So all the bigger, YouTubers, big people have been there, and, it's really an honor to go there. So I hope to see you there. And I hope that you guys take heed at some of my warnings here, man. Don't ignore your body. Don't ignore your body, all right? Listen to that voice inside. This is the YouTube Barber Academy. I'm Mr. Eddie Barber, and I'll catch you guys Sunday, all day, going live. We're going to go live for Sunny's benefit. We're going to have a lot of fun, and you guys are going to see a good example of what you should do for a teammate when he goes down. We did every single thing we could think to do. We scratched together every idea we possibly could. And if you want to donate to Sunny's GoFundMe, be a huge help. All right? All right, you guys. Love you all. YouTube Barber Academy, Mr. Eddie Barber, and I'm out of here. Peace.